I am Joseph's aunt and godmother. On February 2017, I got a call asking me if I was willing to take Joseph into my home. I knew that my sister Jocelyn had an open case with the city, but I never thought that Joseph would be removed from home. My mom called me crying that Joseph had been taken away. I was in shock and tears fell from my eyes. I told my mom to calm down. At least he would be with me, not in some stranger's home. I knew it would be hard for me as I had 2 children of my own, an 11-year-old daughter and a son who was 15 months. But that didn't prevent me from taking him into my home. Once Joseph came into my home, he was sad because he missed his mom and home, but he adjusted quickly. Joseph has special education needs, and I spent extra time helping him. I worked with Joseph to create structure to address his behavior. Joseph became more independent. In order for me to make this work, my mom was there for all of us. She provided childcare for my youngest son and was a strong support. Although I was Joseph's foster parent, I didn't want my sister Jocelyn to feel that I was taking her role as a mother away. At the beginning, I took Joseph to his doctor's appointments and to any evaluations that were needed. I always let her know what was happening with Joseph. As Jocelyn made more progress, she went to parent-teacher conferences so she could see how Joseph was doing in school. At the beginning, Joseph would see Jocelyn on scheduled visits, mainly on the weekends. Some weekends I'd go to my mom's house and Joseph would spend time with Jocelyn there. As time passed, she was allowed unsupervised visits. She would take him to church, where he loves going. They'd go to the park and would go out to eat at McDonald's, where he would also play. It felt good to see them both reconnecting. Even though this was difficult for everyone, it had a happy ending. Joseph is now back with Jocelyn, but most of all with his own family.
I was in a program in Sunset Park. I came for counseling service and to resolve housing issues. I was living with my mom and we were not getting along. It was hard for Joseph, my son, to study at school. The school told me he needs special services, things at home with my mom and son with hard to point. He was removed from my care. I felt hopeless when my son was removed from my home. I was angry at my worker and myself because I couldn't help my son. My sister Marilyn provided foster care for Joseph. Even though he was with my sister, I was angry at her because I felt she was taking my son away from me. I was very confused and sad. I was so angry. I refused help from the agency. Miss Soraya became a worker. She helped me with my situation. She was kind. She showed me respect. She told me to control my anger. She helped me to understand why services are important. I said to myself, let's give me and Joseph another try. I did everything in my power to get him back. I continued to visit Joseph at MARILYN'S house. As a part of the plan for Joseph's return, I was evaluated and it was determined I had a developmental disability. I had lived my whole life not knowing this. Now I can get the right services to help me and my son. It will help me become a better parent It took 15 months. Now Joseph is back home, living with me and my mom. She helped me care for Joseph. Miss Soraya showed me how to get along with my mom and how to give each other space. Joseph is in a special school. He is learning. He likes it. Today, we are waiting for the final discharge. I am very happy that I have my son back with me. I want to continue to go to the services. I could believe that it could make a difference. I am grateful to Marilyn and my mom for being there for us.
I met Jocelyn while I was facilitating one of the parenting journey groups. I remember Jocelyn as an active participant in the classes. She expressed her desire in having her son back. Jocelyn shared that she needed to complete the parenting journey classes as one of the steps to get her son back. I then became her worker, and she had a difficult time trusting me. She was confused and could not understand the reasons for Joseph's removal. I needed to build trust by giving her respect as I understood her sorrows. I visited her often and listened to her side of things. Soon after, Jocelyn became more involved in services. She attended counseling sessions and kept all her appointments. As the plan was to have Joseph return to Jocelyn and her mother, we discussed how they could build a stronger relationship. Through evaluation, it was determined that Jocelyn had a developmental disability. She had lived her whole life being undiagnosed and without the right services. Now we are working to get Jocelyn and Joseph a whole range of services. Jocelyn was fortunate to have her sister Marilyn become the Kinship home for Joseph. Even though Joseph was sad because he was not with his mother, he had a positive relationship with Marilyn. She was caring and loving to Joseph. Joseph stayed in constant contact with his mother since they reside in the same neighborhood. Today, we are still working towards the final discharge. Joseph is residing with Jocelyn and her mother. Jocelyn has taught me what determination really means and the importance of developing a trusting relationship. Seeing Joseph and Jocelyn back together makes me feel happy. I believe in neighborhood-based foster care. Joseph was able to stay with his family, see his friends, never change doctors, attend his church, and continue to be part of his community.